You ever get out in the garden and know after you've been working in it that you got thousands of itchy bump makers crawling all over you? That's this morning. I had to go out and prune my tomatoes. They were looking kind of sickly from all this wet. And now I feel like I got chiggers running up both legs. I don't doubt it. They're bad around here. But I know I'm scaring y'all to death. I wanted to get out here early this morning before the Arkansas heat and humidity got quite so bad. Here, Mama. She likes to scratch. But yeah, I got up a couple of hours ago, about 5:30, I think, and let everybody out to do their thing, and decided I'd go in here, work on the pruning. Some of these tomatoes are taller than me so far, which that's not saying much. I'm only 5'2". I think I got everything pruned off. I should have done it sooner, but I'm not a severe pruner. So anyway, I'll show you what I done. Okay, this is what I done. Anything down low, I trimmed off all the limbs, unless they had a tomato on them. They had a tomato on them, I left them. I did the same on all of these. See how on this one I left the tomatoes, the branches with the tomatoes on them, but cut everything else. This one is a Chalk's Jewel heirloom tomato, I think. Don't quote me on that. It may not be an heirloom. Anyway, Chalk's Jewel is what it is. And it is growing in a cluster. I said the other day that the Black Dragon and the Beta Lux were the only ones I had doing that, but the Chalk's Jewel's doing it too, and that may be what's in that tire over there. But it has been real susceptible to blight this year. So I had to prune it pretty hard this morning. It had bad leaves all the way up to here. If it doesn't calm down, it may get yanked out. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a very big tomato. That one's a little larger. Ooh, spinning. This is a Jersey Giant. What in the world? That's a form of cat facing, but ain't that unusual? Yeah, these are Jersey Giants. See how they have that little point? They're similar to what I think a variety called Jersey Devil. Looks like a horn. I got them from Renaissance Farms, and honestly, it's a whole lot like this giant Sicilian paste over here. Except this giant Sicilian paste you can feel of it and know it's meatier. It's a lot heavier, solid tomato than the Jersey Giant. And this has finally put on a few. That's a decent, get my hand in there. That's a decent sized one right there. See? Pretty good sized one. But I pruned it hard too, even though it's not a very tall tomato. You'd think with the name Giant that it would just go crazy. But the fruit's not giant and the vine's not giant, which I'm fine with the not a giant plant. I run out of steak pretty quick. Still having aphid problems. I picked 2 black dragons this morning and I tasted them. They're not a sweet tomato. They're thin skinned, which is great if you just want to have them as a snacking tomato. Meaty, not a juicy. Like most small tomatoes are real juicy. It is not. That is a real meaty tomato. I like the production of it. I mean, taste is fine. There is a lot better tasting tomatoes though. So we'll see. Maybe as it keeps ripening. These are the first tomatoes. We'll let it keep doing its thing and see what happens. Let's see. Now, I don't know how to say the name of this tomato, but I pruned it hard too. That is the name of this tomato. Got it from Renaissance Farms as well, and I do like a pretty scalloped tomato. Isn't that pretty? I'll quit zooming in on leaves. And it's not horrible tall. Let's put the marker back. And this one right here, we pruned it hard too. Getting all the lower leaves off the ground. This is the Costaluto Florentino. Imagine it's an heirloom Italian tomato. It's getting some kind of spot on it. Don't know what that is. But it's a pretty scalloped tomato. Pruned them hard this morning. I'm not one to do one stem for the large tomatoes. I just want to get anything that can cause disease up off the ground. Now on my determinants, I can't do that because if you prune determinants very hard, you lose production. They'll put on and they'll be done after they do a good flush. They'll be done, and what I'll do is I'll rip them out. I'll take all of these out and I'll put something else, probably kohlrabi, because I like the greens so well. But they're also not as, this BHN is not getting diseased as much as the heirloom indeterminates. This one right here is a Barbie. It's a semi-determinate, so it will probably stay. You can see that it's already 5.5 foot tall and still got blooms coming on. If the temperature stays right, they'll set and make fruit. But it's got some decent tomatoes on it. Let's see if we can get a better view of these on the, let me put my hand down here so you get an idea. That's probably going to be a 6 to 8 ounce tomato. So I like how it's doing. I may come back out later and prune it a little bit on the bottom since it's acting more indeterminate than determinate. This early girl, I'm worried that with her limbs on the ground, but the weight, see all them tomatoes? She's just completely covered up. That's how they were last year. I had to, every limb on the plant had tomatoes and I had to hold it up with something. These BHNs are looking good. I did have to pull a whole bunch of them off of this vine that had blossom end rot. Put calcium out. Everything seems to be doing better. I'll have to get my canning pot out before long because I figure in the next couple of weeks I'm gonna have tomatoes running out my ears. That's a good day.